How's it going, everyone? Shifty here, and today I've got for you an easy guide on how to complete the Concealed Void Legend Lost sector. As always, when I'm doing easy guides, I try to use weapons that are easily obtainable, and I don't use Charged with Light or War Mind Cell mods. Also, throughout the run I offer live commentary to maybe give you some tips on how to approach each section. My goal with these videos is to try and get more players hopping into these Legend Lost sectors. In today's video, I'm actually going to show you two different loadouts that you can use. One of them I'm going to be running on a hunter, and the other one I'm going to be running on a titan, but you can use them on any class that you want. I'm not going to show a warlock run because the titan run will be very similar to what you would do on a warlock. Before I get into the loadouts, if you end up enjoying this video, remember to hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. Moving on to the loadout that I used on the hunter run. I went with Bottom Tree Gunslinger, and I paired that with Celestial Nighthawk. For weapons, I have the Biting Winds bow, which comes from Europa. Then I have the Far Future Solar Sniper Rifle, which comes from Battlegrounds or Focusing Umbral Engrams. And I'm using the Lament Exotic Sword. The only required mods you need for this loadout are Anti-Barrier Sniper, Overload Bow, and I would highly recommend Passive Guard. And that's all there is to my hunter loadout. Now we're going to go over the Titan loadout. Alright, for my Titan run, I used Top Tree Sentinel. Then for weapons on my Titan, I'm again using Biting Winds. Then I have Ariana's Vow. And I went with the Negative Space Solar Sword. This comes from the Prophecy Dungeon. Now real quick, I'm using all solar weapons for both loadouts. The reason for that is solar damage is boosted by 50% in this Legend Lost sector. Since Ariana's Vow has intrinsic anti-barrier rounds, you don't need any anti-barrier mod, but you still need an Overload Bow mod. If you're planning to run this on a warlock, you can use either loadout that I showed, and I would recommend using Well of Radiance. Alright, so I'm going to start with the hunter run because I took that one a little bit slower, so you can kind of see how to do this. Then after that, I'm going to show you the Titan run, which I went a little bit faster in. Let's get into it. Alright, so right at the beginning of this Legend Lost sector, there's several regular enemies and an Overload Captain. I like to try to take out as many of the regular enemies as I can first. If the captain pushes around like this, then I usually focus on the captain. There's two ways to approach this Overload champion. You can either disrupt it with your bow and then continue to shoot it with your bow like I'm doing right now, or you can disrupt it with your bow and hop over to finish it with your sword. The sword method is a little bit more dangerous because there's a bunch of enemies off to the right over there that will shoot you when you're swording the Overload captain. When the captain's down, I hop over and finish any enemies on this platform first, and then I focus on the vandals in the distance. And those two vandals are down. There is a heavy shank with a solar shield right here. At this point, I want to focus on this barrier champion right here. With a 50% boost to solar damage, the Far Future is a solid option for something like this. After I've pushed forward, I like to use this wall here as cover as I take out any shanks that I can. When most of the shanks are down, I move off to the left here and take out the dregs on this lower platform. And fall off, I guess. Alright, then there's an arc-shielded captain and two more dregs over there. To take them out, I like to try and throw a grenade. There we go. One drag down. We'll see if the burn takes the other one out. There it goes. Alright, then I'm going to push the Arc Captain with my sword. One more heavy shank to deal with. Then immediately as you hop down on this platform here, there's going to be a vandal in the distance. Easy enough to take out. Now this Overload Captain that's right there is going to be a little bit tricky. First, as you notice, I can stun it like this, but it'll immediately like reset like that, and then you can stun it again. So that's not really ideal. So what we can do is we can stun it once to avoid damage, push forward a little bit. Then whenever you're ready, quickly hop up here and get your bow ready immediately, and then you can sword it. As you can see, this room is fairly easy. All you have to do is sword a bunch of the wretches. Then here we're going to have a sniping vandal and a bunch of exploder shanks. I focused on the vandal first so it doesn't snipe me while I'm trying to take out the shanks. When the first wave of shanks is down, you can hop over. A second wave will spawn, hop back, and take them out. When that second wave is down, you can move forward again. As you can see, the Overload Captain likes to hang off in this little offshoot here. When you're ready, stun it, sword it down. We're approaching the boss room and there's going to be 4 wretches here. Once you've taken out all 4 wretches, the boss will spawn. So you can take out 3 of them and then wait until you're ready to fight the boss. Alright, so there's no champions during the boss fight, so we can simply burn the boss and open the chest and still get a platinum rating. On a hunter, I'm going to be using golden gun and then I'm going to sword the boss. On a titan or warlock, you can use well of radiance or a bubble and just sword the boss immediately. And there we go. Platinum completion done. Alright, now I'm going to show you an alternate run on a Titan or Warlock using Ariana's Vow, and I'm still going to be using a sword, but you'll kind of get an idea of the differences and also see another loadout that you can use. It's pretty easy to get. Alright, as promised, here is an alternate run of the Concealed Void Legend Lost Sector on a Titan and with a slightly different loadout. In this one, I'm going to take it a little bit faster because it's going to be so similar to the run on my hunter. Alright, now this barrier champion up here is going to be a little weird for the Ariana's Vow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to body shot it instead until it barriers. And I'm apparently going to body shot it even after that. I'm going to push forward a little bit. If a drag is still alive, you can just head over and sword that as well. If you're not close to the recommended power for this, your run is going to look more like my hunter run than the Titan run because you're going to be taking a lot more damage and you're going to have to be a lot more careful as a result. And here's the key difference between this and my hunter run. I'm going to just use my sword right away on the boss because I can use my bubble. On a warlock it'll be similar because you can use Well of Radiance. And there we have it. That brings me to the end of my guide on how to complete the Legend Concealed Void Lost Sector. I just want to thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.